Hello, hello, everyone. Today we're going to be covering the topic of turnaround time. Welcome to Digital Art Advice 101. In this series, I plan to cover art topics that concern digital artists that most people haven't covered. Today, we'll be starting with the topic of turnaround time, which was suggested to me by a user on Twitter. Turnaround time is something that most artists and clients online have heard about. It's a very highly coveted thing in the online art community to have short turnaround time, or TAT. But what is turnaround time, I hear you asking? According to Technopedia, turnaround time is the time interval from the time of submission of a process to the time of the completion of the process. AKA, turnaround time is the time from the start of the project to completion. Basically, how long it takes to complete a piece. Some people can take 4 to 5 days to do a sketch, while others can do a whole piece in one day. Those artists who have a shorter turnaround time charge more per piece. That's why I said earlier that it's highly coveted to have a short TAT. To some clients, TAT might not matter as long as the piece gets completed, but for artists who want to acquire shorter TAT, it's very important. But how do you acquire a shorter TAT? One of the most important things you can do in order to shorten your TAT is practice. Yes, I know this is what you always hear from artists in these types of videos, but really it is true. Because practice can help you get faster at completing work. Because if you practice how to draw a hand over and over and over, then eventually it'll take you less time to draw hands because you already know what you're doing when you start. Another thing that helps increase TAT is to know your process. Most artists do their work in the same order: sketch, line art, color, and then shading. Some may choose to do lineless art, digital painting, etc. But no matter how you do your process, it will help a lot to figure out the order of what you want to work on while completing a piece and how long it takes you to complete each step. Because once you know how long each step of your process takes, you can focus on what the longest process is and find ways to shorten it. For example, the longest part of my art process is sketching, so I always make sure to get all my references before I start sketching. That way I can get my composition and posing down quicker. And finally, in order to improve your TAT, you should learn how to improve your productivity. Do you catch yourself getting distracted browsing Twitter or other social media sites when you're supposed to be working on a commission or a project? I know I'm very guilty of this from time to time. Or are you so focused on art that you forget to eat or sleep? I am also guilty of this. Then you really need to learn how to improve your productivity. In order to do this, I recommend doing the following. 1. Get rid of distractions. Make sure your browser is closed while working, or at least only have tabs you need open. Put your Discord, Skype, Telegram on busy. Close your blinds on the windows. These are just a couple things you can do to remove distractions from your area so that you can focus on work. Number 2, listening to music or podcasts. Sometimes what helps me to focus on art is to put on music or podcasts before I draw. Usually I listen to true crime podcasts or creepypastas when I work. Or at least fill the air with something that doesn't take your attention away from your work too much, unless you prefer working on art in silence, which is fine, I guess. Number 3, scheduling your time. The final tip I can give you guys today is that you should learn to schedule your time. Whether you're a full-time artist or a part-time artist, it's important to schedule your work time. For example, here's a look into my daily schedule. 3 p.m. I wake up, brush my teeth, etc., check my messages, and post art. 4 p.m. I spend time finding videos or podcasts to watch. 4:15 p.m. I start working on art. 6 or 7 p.m. I take a small break for water, coffee, and a snack. I usually have some banana or toast. 7:10 p.m. I go back to working on art. 9 p.m. I take a break to eat my first meal of the day. Technically, it's lunch. I'm a nocturnal person, so lunch is later on in the day. 10 p.m. I get some coffee and continue working. 1 a.m. I take time to go stretch and do some daily exercises. 1:15 a.m. Then I have another meal. Dinner! Yay! 2 a.m. I spend time with my hubby watching some online videos while working. Usually it's stuff that I can have on in the background. Lately we've been watching Pawn Stars and Shark Tank. 4 a.m. I have a little snack, usually popcorn, while I'm working. 6 or 7 a.m. Bedtime! If you're wondering when I have time to answer messages on Discord or check social media, I also do that during my meal times. Having a daily schedule like this gives me time to take care of myself and be more productive. It also makes it less tempting to get sidetracked since you know you'll have time to take breaks at certain times of the day. Number 4, time tracking apps. One thing I've been meaning to try, and I recommend this to anyone really struggling to keep track of their time, is to download a time management app or visit a time management website. Applications like this can tell you how much time you're spending on certain apps so that you can see what you're spending your time on and target what needs to change. I hope all these tips help you improve your turnaround time, but keep in mind that TAT is something that you improve over time. It's not going to improve very quickly, so don't be so frustrated when a sketch takes you a long time to do. Also, keep in mind that a lot of times when your art improves, that your TAT may also increase or decrease depending if you're adding or removing steps from your process. And now I'd like to thank all my Patreon supporters. Thank you very much to Aaron Crandall, Elatus T, Brookie J, Captain Kiri, Captain Lila, Kathy Jaws, Darnell G, Darth Facetious, Devin, Dylan Baranowski, Deuterium, Icarus J, Inspector Raff, Coda Alvarez, Nuclear 314, Fallen One, and V is for Yoshi. That's it for this video. Thank you all for watching. If you liked the video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell. Have a great day and take care of yourselves. Bye-bye!